Largely surrounded by the icy waters of the North and Baltic Seas, Denmark enjoys abundant seafood. Among the regional specialties you'll find there are Nordic crabs, black lobster, Norwegian langoustines, Icelandic cod, and unfamiliar varieties such as this lumpfish. Browsing the early morning catch at Copenhagen's fish market is Chef Lars Kronmark, a native of Denmark and an instructor at the Culinary Institute of America. Joining Chef Kronmark is Bo Jacobson, television host, cookbook author, and chef owner of Restaurationen, a classic Danish restaurant in the heart of Copenhagen.
Well, we're at the Copenhagen fish market. This is the place that supplies the fish shops in Copenhagen. Lots of the restaurants get their fishes from here. I get my fish from a guy just over here every morning. So this is where it all comes from. Smoked fish is a big specialty in Denmark, and of course the most famous is the smoked herrings. And these are really fresh smoked. You can still see the salt on the skin. If you feel them, you can feel they're not cold. These are still fresh smoked. They're still just body temperature. And this is a smoked herring is a beautiful fish. It's because of the fatness. The fish takes the smoke really well. You don't get that harsh sort of ashtray-ish, bitter kind of smoke, but you get the rich, fat flavor of the smokes with the herring. It's a very, very beautiful fish to smoke.
Beautiful color.
Beautiful color. And right behind them we have the mackerel, which is also a fish that is smoked in Denmark a lot. And this is a great season for mackerel. The early summer season, they're not too fat. And these are always so fresh, very fresh smoked. And you can smell that it's a rich, sweet,
nice.
Smoky taste, not that harsh smell you get if the fishes are too lean. But this is a
warm smoke or cold smoke?
These are hot smoke, yeah, warm smoke.
What kind of wood do they use for smoking the fish?
Beechwood. Beechwood is the primary wood for smoking. You get a fine taste and not too aggressive.
Scandinavian?
Yes, definitely. Lots of it around here. Yep. Yeah.
What do you got there, Bo?
This is the black lobster, the local one from the North Sea, off the coast of Jutland, and black in our waters. If you go further south, Brittany maybe, they're more bluish and called blue lobster. But these are slow-growing, cold waters, very dense in taste, very firm meat.
Typical for Scandinavia?
Very typical, yes. This is what we get in terms of lobsters. You can see they're a lot more thick shelled than the main lobster. Mm-hmm. It's a really, really thick shell. They can go big, really big. You get sometimes 3-4 kilos for one lobster.
Okay.
Yep. In flavor, these are denser and more intense than the lobster.
Sweet meat?
Yeah, sweet but also salty.
Oh, because of this good
because
cold
of the
water.
saltiness of the cold waters, yep. And I think that's one of the prime reasons we have such good fish in Denmark is that we have cold waters. This is plaice. This is the most widely known and common fish in Denmark. See if I can pick them up. These are still alive. So you can see, still live fishes. These are the easiest fish to get the freshest in Denmark. We use these for raw marinating because it's so fresh every day. It tastes like hazelnuts when you really nutty and nice flavor. They're called red spotted in Danish. The place because they have these red spots on top on the skin, and you fry them up whole, you fillet them, you bread them for lunch, and have them with remoulade on top, and poach them. Anything is done with the place.
Are they always alive?
This is a fish you can get this fresh every day, every day.